trust your crypto assets to centralized exchanges that actively sell your private information and front-run your trades? Would you like to buy and sell your assets without any middlemen, intermediaries, or robots? Do you like paying slippage, fees, and having the price go up as bots steal from you on low-liquidity decentralized exchanges? The solution is NodeMarket.io. Set your guaranteed buy or sell price. No middlemen, no slippage, no bots, ever. Buy or sell 1, 10, or even 10 million tokens, and you never have to worry. OTC trades are between you and the seller or buyer, guaranteed by audited smart contracts and no human middlemen. NodeMarket.io.
Brandon,
Dude, what a day.
man. So let me just drop this music down a little bit. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on. Oh, you go first.
Well, I mean, no, you go. No, you go first. No, a lot of cool stuff going on in the market. A lot of cool stuff. Obviously, you've been watching the panic in the market, the up and downs. We have some stuff that we're going to talk about today to, ease that little pain. But it's
the panic's pretty funny because you guys remember Bitcoin's at 68, almost 69,000, maybe 69,000 right now.
well, so yeah, it's like some of the guys I follow, they're like, it was here 2 days ago, right? Like, and everybody's like, like it is what it is.
It's so crazy. Like, oh no, we're all the way down to 69,000.
The all-time high.
If you say that out loud, you should feel pretty damn stupid. Like, the reason someone's like, why is Bitcoin 70,000? I said, because people trust it 70,000 times more than the US dollar. That's why. And I'll probably tomorrow on office hours, I know that inflation came at the inflation figures came out today. And we'll break that down tomorrow. But if you just look at core and you look at CPI, it's not the full picture, right? It's like you see like a piece of fruit in a box, but you're not quite sure like what you need to like open it up and kind of peel it apart and look at the seeds and everything. So maybe we'll talk about that. It's such a kind of mind-numbing discussion because what happens is typically the CNBC route for news is headline thing, and then the next 3 days people go, oh, the headline thing's actually not what the thing was. That actually is not the thing. That has nothing to do with the thing. That's the wrong thing. But they don't do that on CNBC. CNBC doesn't go back and do retractions. When they come out with these giant employment numbers, and then we downward revised by half. Well, why don't you have a show about downward revising by half? No, but the headline, we love the headline. I mean, it's news, so you got to be careful. And I think that it was funny because people reacted over the last 2 days. They reacted to inflation numbers we were going to get today because they're like, what if the Fed doesn't cut rates soon? And that gets into a more macro discussion, which again, that's more like an office hours thing. But just to reduce it, it is the opposite. Raising and lowering rates does nothing in the economy. It is provably bullshit. They've done study after study after study. It's the same thing with QE. All of the QE that has ever existed, nearly $1 trillion in QE and QQE. If you look at Japan, and there are 26 different QE programs. If you look at all this kind of stuff, I think it's had a 14 basis point effect, like all of it. I want you to think about that for a second. 0.14 of a percent. That's all of the massive effect of quantitative easing and tightening. And then the basics of QE are I go into the market with bank reserves. Now, it works different in different places, but in the United States, the Fed, the big one, I go in with bank reserves and I force banks to sell me their quality collateral, government securities. I take them off that bank's balance sheet and I give them inert bank reserves, an asset that they cannot use, they cannot deploy, and they cannot monetize. So you tell me, is that creating liquidity and cash, or is that actually strip mining the market of quality collateral? Because when a bank has trouble, they go to repo with their collateral and they do all these cool kind of transactions. It's kind of like, hey, Brandon, it's the end of the month. You owe some rent. I see you have that wallet. You got Ethereum. You got Bitcoin. That's some quality collateral. You also got a Pepe Sphincter coin. So Brandon comes to the market with Pepe Sphincter. How many Pepe Sphincter coins do you have, Brandon?
18 billion, because it's 0.0018 cents or whatever it is.
So Brandon comes to the market and we say, I'm not taking that Pepe Sphincter coin, buddy. That's not quality collateral. That's not any kind of collateral. We can't do anything with that. We don't count that as money. Bank reserves are Pepe Sphincter coin. They don't count as money. So when you look at all of these weird things, you have to, just like with CNBC, you have to pull out the headline of what they're doing from the actual what they're doing. Just like CPI, you have to pull out the headline numbers from what's actually happening. Oh, you don't look at owner equivalent rents. Oh, that's weird. Maybe you should, because that's a huge part of it. Almost half. Stupid. Oh, what about gas and oil price? Oh, well, those are political functions. Those have nothing to do. Demand for gas anyway. So when you distill these things down, you get a completely different picture, which I think was funny because it seems like all the markets Monday and Tuesday were like, oh, CPI is coming. Oh, inflation. Oh, fucking stuff. And then when the number comes out this morning, they're like, oh no. And then they're like, wait, everybody goes like, what are we knowing about? It means nothing. 3.7 instead of 3.8, 3.7. Don't sell the kids, sell the furniture, sell Pepe Sphincter coin. All right, that's it.
That's it.
I didn't really have a rant.
I did want to share some little bit of insight and some news just to help people too, because I think this is good to share just to kind of start to get people thinking a little bit about next steps, processes for Hypercycle and that stuff. And then I like to show them stuff that we're working on in backend Hypercycle. Nick and I are actually working quite a bit on a managerial contract to help you manage your node licenses and your hyper shares. Anyway, we're working on this because it's quite the complicated process. We're trying to ease it down for not just, and I want to use the word dumb it down. And that's just for me and for you, because it's going to be a lot simpler if we don't have to think of the complex moving parts behind the scenes. I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing that we want is to be able to buy, sell, make money, right? I mean, at the end of the day. Okay, so that's what we're trying to help you guys with. So I kind of wanted to show you this to walk you through just a little bit of what we're doing. This is a brief look at, this is the whole dashboard manager. And there's a couple of functions in here that we're going to be able to do in this dashboard manager. And you can tell that this one's grayed out and this one's green. And I'll tell you the difference between those in a second. But basically, when you get your hypershare created, you're going to have a couple of options through our node manager. You're going to be able to ascend your R and S tokens, and you're going to be able to claim any hypercycle rewards that are in that hypershare or any rewards that have been deposited in that hypershare. You're also going to be able to set up this message down here, which is the string that hooks it. This actually hooks it to the software that's going to be running your license, your node. And this is what you need to do to be able to get it tilling and compute. Now, we did have a talk with Tufi a couple days ago. He said they have a system in place to be able to till kind of ongoing for us as long as you guys have connected your tokens and your licenses together. So that's actually a real good plus and kind of a perk for a lot of you guys that were worried about finding hardware for the tilling process. I don't think that's going to be an issue now. next step that we're working on is just the place where we're going to be able to compute. And so we're actually working on some systems there. But right now, what Nick and I are doing is Node Market's taking a bigger part in this. We're actually going to be the ones that are writing the software, the contract management, so that you can take your entire hyper share. And if you don't want to have it anymore, you can take it. And we're building a marketplace, because this didn't exist in Hypercycle's roadmap at all, by the way. We're going to take that entire hyper share. We're going to wrap it up for you guys so you can bow tie that thing. And if you guys ever want, you can list it on a market. You can wrap it in our contract.
You're blowing my mind. You're blowing my brain box.
Okay. Yeah,
You're blowing my brain box. So you're saying that Node Market will have a marketplace. So you
Listen, Linda.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if I own Node Market NFTs, and then people sell their business? Like if someone sells, imagine a year from now, 2 splits in, someone sells a master node, and maybe they get $4 million for it. So are you saying that when that sale occurs and that fee goes across Node Market rails, then the NFT holders would get a piece of that? Is that what you're saying?
That means $100,000 goes split up between NFT holders for that one business sale. So as a broker, we're basically, what do they call it? It's like a online broker now for businesses that are producing income, which is really cool. What Node Market was actually set out to become, and we haven't even touched the surface of that.
Hence the name Node Market.
So instead of just being able to sell your licenses or your tokens or your C Hypercycle stacks, which we can get into that like way down the line, you can now sell your entire business as a packaged whole. You don't even need to stop that business from running. When you sell Walmart, for example, does Walmart shut down its doors and say for sale? No. So you guys are going to be able to wrap up your hyper shares in our contract and have them still running, producing you income while you have it listed for sale or while you're moving it around, which is actually, oh my God. The mechanics behind this is so cool. Anyway, it's a really cool system, but we're working on this stuff and it just takes time. Like, oh my, we're still waiting for Hypercycle. I just talked to Hypercycle.
He's very kind. He's being very kind when he says we are working on it. What he means we as in Brandon and all of these super smart devs that we have.
Well, if we're going to be honest, then they're all working on it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're super smart. Yeah. But I'm just trying to transfer the information over.
If someone approaches me through email, and I've already gotten a few, and you'll notice you didn't get a response because I don't respond to whimsy, like asking me technical details about this stuff, I'm just like, it's going to be cool, bro.
It is going to be cool. There's some stuff that I say that too. I'm like, don't worry. Oh, yeah. But we'll figure it out. Okay.
Or I'll just say, I'm here for the lulls. Click.
Is that a 4chan thing? That is 4chan, right? It's lulls. They
started. So don't worry, everyone. We're biddling. But now you guys are starting to see why Node Market. The whole point of Node Market is so that eventually you can completely manage these businesses and buy and sell and trade these businesses, lend against these businesses. We're going to eventually put up ways that you could borrow against these businesses. But it's just one thing at a time. And you got to build from the ground up because we're here for the lulls.
We're here for the lulls.
Here for the lulls.
As you can see, this dashboard is built because, of course, everybody's got to be one of these guys.
Yes, right? But when, huh? Well, that's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it.
I realize you have built a rocket ship to Mars, but when colonize? When colonize?
For big
this is I'm gonna start deleting some people. I decided.
You know what? You've run out of questions, 11. You've run out of questions today. You're banned from questions.
Anyway, I just wanted to share that brief update. We're really excited. I know you guys. Oh my gosh, can you not see that we're working on like a butt ton of stuff? Anyway, we're working on a ton of stuff. We actually could launch this, so it's.
We're not honoring that question because that's another question.
No, no, we will not be integrating any tax tracking. Just so you know, like that's simple, right?
We're not the man, dude. Man, we're not the man, buddy. Come on, guy, bro.
But When will it be ready to use? So we're waiting for. I could tell you the sequence of events. I talked to the Hypercycle team this morning. I don't feel like I sleep much anymore. They are launching another contract on mainnet next week. We have to wait for that contract to launch, and then we can write our wrapper contract. As soon as we write our wrapper contract, then we will have everything ready. So I'd say 3 to 4 weeks, we'll be good to go with all this stuff. So rocking and rolling.
Listen, pending audits, because that's
yes, because we have to audit. I'm going to get that wrapper contract audited by 2 separate companies, just because I think it's necessary. So yeah, don't stress, guys. And also, I know you guys when, but right now there's no compute actually being paid, so you're not losing any money. So there's really no loss right now. Just know you're in the system, so we're good to go.
What it means is, I think people will realize, the value in being able to have a one-stop shop to manage an entire business. There's not really anything, if you think about all the businesses that entrepreneurs get involved in, there's not like a one place that you go to other than like a Shopify online business or an Amazon business. There's not really, and even if you have an Amazon business, you can't go to Amazon and sell your business. To some extent, people that domain squat kind of can do that through the domain services a little bit, but they kind of have to go here and there. Ideally, this is going to be one place where you buy, sell, lease, rent, leverage, manage, operate, cooperate, whatever, this business, so that you don't have to go to 14 different places. And it was looking like that's the way things were going. And then we had a lot of meetings, and we think we've kind of forced a course correction, which would be better for everyone. So there we go. There's also some other stuff coming that's peripheral to that, but we won't speak of such things. Not just yet.
Yeah. Sorry, I just want to briefly touch on that. But I think let's get to the market, because we actually, and Nick, you probably don't know this too, but we have kind of a lot of new people that have joined over the last month.
Who joined?
We need a brief intro to what they do right now. Believe. Well, it was actually my grandma. She signed up, so I'm actually just helping her directly.
Is she doing mess with my grandma?
I don't think they've made that connection yet. Nick. But guess what?
You want to try this tea, this jasmine tea? And then my grandma was like, "Do you want to try this meth that took all my teeth?" And your grandma's like, "What?" She's like, "Hold on, hold on a minute," or whatever they do. Do they do that for meth? You do that?
I think that's heroin, or is it meth too?
No, because meth, you can eat it, you can shoot it, you can snort it. Meth is like
I don't know. Now you're getting out. You can do
everything with meth. You can build. Like I saw a guy at Walmart at 3 a.m. He was in the plumbing department. He was building a spaceship. I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I got to build a ship because those midget DEA agents dressed as my neighbor's kids been watching me." I was like, "Oh, you need you need a sales assistant is what you need. Aisle 6.
True. I think only in LA is it like this. Maybe not though. Maybe not.
And
who knows?
Anyway.
Anyway, let's get behind the wall. Let's talk about what's going on in the market, what we would do right now if we were putting currency units in, our next steps for currency units, and why Bitcoin?
Why Bitcoin? That's a good question. It's a question that even the elders asked for centuries. For centuries.
They did. But it didn't exist.
No, it didn't.
We need Bitcoin. That's what they said. There's actually cave writings on the wall that have the Bitcoin symbol. Just saying.
My cat made some cave writings last night with urine.
Oh.
The proverbial wall now to
hold on.
The broadcast.
No, slow.
Let's try this one.
To continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
going slow. Removing Facebook. Goodbye, Facebook. Moving to orange.